Hello, my name is Franklin Robinson Jr. I'm a lifelong Episcopalian and an archivist with the Smithsonian Institution, National Museum of American History. I've been engaged to research our diocesan involvement with enslavement. My research focuses on our roots, the colonial Maryland Anglican parishes established in 1692, covering the time period 1692 to 1864. In the present-day counties of Montgomery, Prince George's, Charles, and St. Mary's. While research continues, I can truthfully say that many vestrymen and priests engaged in slavery by owning enslaved persons or by participating in the sale of them. Likewise, some vestrymen and priests made a concerted effort to see that the enslaved population was given access to life rituals like baptism, marriage, even though it was not allowed in the civil law, and committal and death. During the colonial period, the Bishop of London constantly encouraged priests to bring the gospel to the enslaved population, a message that was also reiterated by the Society of the Propagation of the Gospel. Some of our ancestral parishioners and priests benefited indirectly from slavery by using enslaved labor to work their lands, erect some of our colonial and pre-Civil War churches, or through the sale of enslaved persons. Our ancestral parishioners also benefited indirectly from slavery by receiving gifts, subsidies, or bequests from wealth accumulated by the use of slave labor, or simply by participating in an economy that was, in part, supported by enslaved labor. After the Civil War and emancipation, the Episcopal Church constantly dealt with the internal struggles over the place of free African Americans within the broader church. Segregation settled in. Feeling ostracized by many local parishes, African Americans established a number of separate congregations, and many predominantly white parishes established African American mission congregations that were financially supported by the diocese. Some even began educational institutions focusing on African American education. In the 1950s and 1960s, as the civil rights movement gained momentum and integration more and more became the law of the land, new struggles within parishes erupted. Redlining, white flight from the district and those close-in suburbs gave rise to new parishes in the outer suburbs that were largely white. As the diocese pursued a broader, more inclusive civil rights agenda, parishes were beset with internal and searching and outright confrontation when it came to race. That struggle continued well into the 20th century. While we have made many strides, our journey to being one body in Christ, a body of all races, continues to this day. Thank you.